Bonjour SourceFed Movie Club, chez moi, ça va bien, and this week's movie club film was Hugo, directed by Martin Scorsese, and my quickie review is I love this film. It's the first time I've watched it. I'm really sad that I didn't catch it in the theatres because it is visually stunning, although I can understand that it won't be a film that a lot of people will enjoy because it feels a lot more like reading a book than watching a film. And it's quite a long film, so when you're going through it, if you're not from a literary point of view, you might find it very tedious, rather slow. For me, watching it was kind of like watching a comic book movie where you can see where strips of pictures are kind of like shots from the film. In this film, scenes felt like chapters or like paragraphs in a book, like the first sweeping shot of Paris and it goes through the train station just reminds me of an intro to a book. And I know this is based on a book and I haven't read it, sadly, and I really want to read it now. But for people who don't like that sort of film, you won't like this. For me, I absolutely loved it. I loved all the movie references, all the film references. It makes me really want to go back and read the book and learn more about Georges and find out more about his actual real life. The acting in this is extraordinary. Asa Butterfield, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is a brilliant young actor. I know him as Mordred from the BBC series of Merlin. I think a couple of UK people might know him from that. He has the most amazing eyes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he'll do as he grows up. The other young actor is Chloe Moretz, who we all know is brilliant from Kick-Ass and Let the Right One In. I'm again looking forward to what she'll do in the future. At first I was a bit off put by her character because she was so twee, so quaint, and then when she said I nearly fell in love with David Copperfield when she's giving her book back to Christopher Lee, I physically blushed because I'm literally halfway through that book and I'm nearly falling in love with David Copperfield. And as we were going through that film I felt more and more like, oh my god, she's me when I was little, especially with the English accent, which it was really surreal for me to watch that character. And those two characters play off really well with each other because it's the boy that's had adventure thrust upon him and it's the girl who's always read about adventure but has never had it, and those two characters working together is brilliantly. The older actors in this film are brilliant. I've forgotten his name, but the guy who plays the director, Georges, is extraordinary. I love seeing him in a role where he's not a villain. That's quite impressive, when he's actually being a good guy. There's no real villains in the story. It's very complex in the same way that a novel is. There's entire scenes where you see what's happening with these characters without any dialogue or just with shots getting to know their characters. And it's really fun. I really liked it. The visuals for this film are gorgeous. I said before, I really wanted to see this in the cinema because it's just so gorgeous. It's the lighting, the colours, there's a high budget so the animation is pretty darn good. I'd love to have a conversation with the set designers because every single set there's so much detail behind what's going on, like pamphlets, everything's written in French because it's set in France, even though they're speaking English accents, which I felt slightly odd about, but it worked just about. There's so many little details that are going on that there are scenes that are set with basically no dialogue where you're just watching characters interact, and you could probably watch the entire film through and just look at what's happening in the background and fall in love with what's going on. But it is a long movie, and if you're not into long, slow movies like this, you probably won't enjoy it. I loved it, and I definitely want to get it on DVD and watch the commentary and see all the behind the scenes stuff. Again, I want to watch some more Martin Scorsese films after seeing this. The music is lovely. The script, I felt a little bit off-put at the beginning, particularly because there's a lot of silent scenes at the beginning. I was thinking, are they being a bit lazy with this? As it developed, I got really into the script. Yeah, that's about it really. Final review. Adults will love this film. It's very nostalgic. Children will get into the adventure, but it is a long film, so if you have a low attention span of any age, they're not going to enjoy this film. Yeah, Hello to all my new subscribers. It's lovely to talk to you down in the comments. I was having lovely conversations. I'm sorry for the French at the beginning. I'm terrible at French, but I thought I'd throw it out there for fun. And I got my first dislike last week, which made me happy inside. Because if the like to dislike ratio is more than 5 to 1, I start to think the internet is broken. And that's about it really. Hopefully see you guys next week. I think it'll be a Steve pick next week, so I'm slightly nervous about that, but we'll see how it goes. And sorry this video is so long, I just rambled on quite a bit. But bye guys.